Hello, future scientists. Today we are going to be getting into BlueJ, which is the IDE or development environment that we are going to be using to program Java. So, BlueJ looks like this. The name is a little misleading. It's blue and then J. So, all we're going to do is click on BlueJ and open up BlueJ. Now, my BlueJ, there's a little loading screen. It's loading on my other screen. I'll bring it over as soon as it is open. You should have version 2.2. So mine opens up and I've got some other things going on right here. But what you want to do, if you haven't already, you should automatically, it's going to ask you to create a project or a class. So, I just closed it. So when you open up BlueJ, it has you run in projects. This is something that we didn't really encounter in terms of Python. We have some different file management things. So this right here is known as a project. It says BlueJ and this is Griff Graph. My name's Griffin. You already know that. It's okay. So with this, I'm going to start a new project just so we know, and I'm just going to call this intro. So I'll choose that. And we'll get this one out of here. So what we're looking at right here, this is our project. All of our files are going to be saved in here. So what BlueJ just did was create a new folder on your desktop or it might be on your desktop, might be somewhere else. But it will hold all of our files in there. So that big folder is actually called a project. That's what they use. And now we want to create a new class. And a class is essentially a file inside of Java. So let's go through. We're going to choose a language. We want to choose Java, and we want a class type. We're just going to choose class. So for this one, I'm just going to call it Tor because we're just going to take a look because a lot of things pop up when we create this file. So this is a really cool graphic user interface, or a GUI, or a GUI, that allows us to see where our files are where our classes are inside a project, as well as we can see this one has not been compiled yet because it has those lines. It will also show us how files interact with each other. So let's take a look at this right here. When we click to open this up, we get a file, and we have got a bunch of stuff that is going on here. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to delete some of this stuff just to clean it up. And this is probably what you're going to do most of the time unless you make copies of files. So I'm going to delete out this area over here. And I'm going to keep everything in this green, but I'm going to delete outside of here. And this is where we're going to start our tour. So in Java, files don't run the same way as they do in Python. We have something called this public class, and then this is Tor, the name of our file. So public class Tor. I should say that the naming conventions for classes inside of Java are each word begins with an uppercase. So if this was Tor, it's just capital T-O-U-R. Or if it was like Tor1, it would look like that. We are no longer doing our spaces like this. It won't actually read that. I'm going to leave it as Tor because that's what I named it. Now inside of Java, we use a lot more of these bracers. And we can see that everything, what this says right here, is everything in between these two bracers are in this file. And that's a good thing to know. Python automatically assumes that. Java does not make that assumption. We're going to hear that a lot. Java does not make assumptions like Python does. So inside of our public class Tor, we will almost always have these lines of text, and I'm going to type it out and then I will explain it. Public static void main string with a capital brackets args, close that up, and then we do bracers, enter, more bracers. Cool. So inside of Java, we need to specify where our main program is happening. This right here is where we put all of our main tasks that will be executed inside of Java. So to explain all of this word public, we've now seen it twice. Public means that it can be accessed by other files inside of our project. So if we have files working out of each other, like we saw when we did functions, how we had a key file and a run file, we want this to be public so files can communicate with each other. Static, it means a couple different things, but we don't really need to bother with static. Void is essentially meaning that there's no return to this. This is just going to be an output. We are not taking our output and returning more things to it. So just like inside of a function. And then we have main, which just means that this is going to be all of our main stuff is going to happen through here, everything. And then we're using string arguments, so we're using the command line to type out things as they're more text-based, not necessarily that we're just printing strings. So this structure should look somewhat similar to a function. Excuse me. Ugh, I had some real crumbly cookies. So this right here is what's known as a method, and this is our main method. Method is a term used in Python that means function. This is our main function. Everything is going to go through this, but we need to call this in order to run anything. So we have the type of function as a public, static, and void. This is our return, essentially. And then this is the name of the function, and these are the parameters, what we are looking for, and we are looking for string-based arguments. So inside here is where we're going to start typing all of our different things that would go into this. But that's where we're going to stop right here. This is just a quick tour over all of this. We are going to pick back up with this in just a second. All right, peace out.